Hello again. This is Edna White. I have another subject for you. Thank you for being here. And remember to always like, subscribe, and hit the little bell just in case I show up alive again or I just post another video. So, on with today's lesson. We're going to be talking about fear of being labeled the angry black woman. Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you, when growing up, did you ever were told that you couldn't get angry and get mad with the teacher and say something back to the teacher because you would get in trouble? Well, you always had to watch out for that. And at home, when you got home from school and you did tell your teacher, you got a ton of talking to from your mother. And because you were had the tone with the teacher, and then you come home and you have the tone with your mother, and that compounded because you got more trouble. And getting detention in school for having an attitude after a misunderstanding with someone or speaking to someone, where you can even get suspended. Hey, listen, I know people have even gotten fired, were expelled from school because of their attitude. I had always been haunted by the concept of having an attitude for many years. That I developed an attitude because I was swallowing my feelings and couldn't express them because a child is supposed to be seen and not heard. And when you speak to your parents about something that doesn't feel good to you or doesn't make you feel happy, you have an attitude. So either that builds up a justifiable rage that makes everybody uncomfortable, or it makes you have a justified, swallowed rage that kills you from the inside out. Sometimes I believe that some of these accusations are created just to, I guess, stifle or put a chokehold on different people, especially black women. Have you ever heard this I guess saying, she has an attitude, and you feel so, you know, frustrated when you go to say something and it has your passion in it and it's your voice and it's your experience and it's not loud, it's just your experience. They say you have an attitude, or you are a racist undercover. And that's, they then create that angry black woman persona. Like black women use their emotions to weaponize others. We're literally compared to dogs, that famous bitch word. We're literally like that. I was raised that showing my anger is perceived as a weakness. But instead of rising above it, I suppressed it until I exploded, or until I used something to explode it. So it was always not a positive thing to share your emotions. I remember watching television in 2020, and it showed some footage of body cam footage that was released by an Orlando police officer, arresting a 6-year-old girl after she threw a tantrum at school. And this girl was black. It was heartbreaking to witness how Black girls' emotions are policed at a very young age. Our society has created a world in which women are sometimes afraid of their own anger out of fear of repercussions. In my life, the slightest indication of anger was fraught with punishment. I sat in detention after my teacher declared I had an attitude. I was written up at work for speaking my mind. I was even told on in the recent work that I was in that the things I was saying was racial. Today, giving myself the right to be angry. In this lifetime, rather than feeling bad, I'm feeling that I don't need to hide. And it's healthy to release all of that. It's healthy and effective to release all of that. And whether the receiver doesn't like what I'm presenting effectively, it's their problem, not mine. You can catch me releasing some anger. Yeah, you can. But it's during some dancing sessions, or it's at the gym, punching bag, or I've just gotten to the point I no longer care about how others perceive me. I don't have to hide my, as they say, attitude, but my lovely emotions that make others uncomfortable. You see, my ancestors marched so I wouldn't have to be palatable out of fear of being the angry Black woman. That I have emotions and I have a stay in this world just like anybody else. And I'm sure you, as a Black woman, you want to get paid. You want to have the life that you want. You want to have your children wake up and not be hurt. Well, there's a great way of not exploding on everyone, and that's called balance. See, when we get out of line, sometimes we are angry, but I don't like to use it with angry Black women. We are angry, we're frustrated, but we don't effectively communicate correctly. So that what the hearer is receiving is something that sounds like and feels like what they should be responsible for. Not doesn't sound like screaming and that they can't decipher it. There's a way to do that. We lose sight of all of that, women, Black women. We lose sight of that because we're so busy trying to take care of everybody and live the persona of the strong Black woman. But the strong Black woman now is the angry Black woman because she's frustrated about being so strong all the time for everybody else and nobody's there for her. How about that? So there's a way, a profound way on how to balance that out. Ultimately, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I found an outlet to releasing my anger that wasn't self-destructive. It was therapy and it was dancing. Getting lost in my dancing, getting lost in my mind and just dancing and having fun and didn't care what no one thought. That gave me the best feeling ever. But above all else, I learned to allow myself to be frustrated in the moment. I have to prioritize my self-agency in a society that would rather see me as docile. Standing my truth has made me a lot less angry. And you can do that too. You can get to a place that you're not angry, that you're not upset, that you're not worried, you're not stressed. You can get to that. But you have to give yourself that opportunity. You have to make that happen for yourself. Come from the strong Black woman category, move from there, move from the anger, because your emotional intelligence matters. It really matters. Your emotional intelligence is there, but it has to be sharpened up. It has to get all the crap away from it. Get all that crap that's been there for years, you've been holding on to, you've been mad at, and you wanted to say something and you couldn't say anything, and then people that you did say it to didn't understand what you're talking about, and you're just frustrated. Get all that out. Get rid of that. Change that. Make it right. Make it nice. Balanced. Make it balanced for yourself. Balancing your life out, not giving to everybody. Leave some for you. See, we all got 24 hours in a day. All of us. And not one of us can say that we don't have time in the day to do something. We just need to prioritize. Ladies, we need to prioritize. And that's what gets us where we need to go. And then we need to be authentically true to ourselves. Does my attitude stink because I'm holding on to something I shouldn't be holding on to? Does my attitude stink because I'm mad for real? Now, you could be mad at something. You could be mad at somebody. But if you can't resolve it, what are you using it for? What do you got it for? What are you carrying it around for? Are you the bag lady? So you're going to become the bag lady, holding on to things, not giving room for other people to come into your life that makes your life healthy, makes it grow. Maybe waiting for your husband, the male part of your life or the female part of your life, a soulmate, waiting for them, but you're too busy having all these bags full of stuff that you're holding on to. Don't you think it's time to get rid of all that? I do. I have. It's easy. Just decide that you're going to do it, and then ask for help to do it. And then once you ask for help and you get the actionable steps, take the actionable steps. Don't just collect it in a book, write it down and don't do anything about it, but take the actionable steps. Next thing, what do you do after that? Then you live life using those tools. Put your tool belt on, have it with you all the time, and you can whip those tools out when things start getting awry. And then you'll unbury yourself from all the stuff that was given to you, with that box that was handed to you, with all those legacies, that patterns and habits that you don't want. Get rid of all of them. And I hope that today that you heard something and that I said something that really helped you. And if I have, even if I have not, post a comment in the section below. Remember to always to like, subscribe, and press the little bell so that you know that every episode that comes out, you'll be the first to get it. This is Edna White signing off, and I'll see you next time.